I thought I was doing a kindness. I pulled over for a young woman walking by the highway, dressed in white. But when I reached the cemetery gates, she vanished. And I realized I wasn't the driver. I was the witness. My name is Hannah. It was one cold October night in Chicago that I learned the city has a passenger no one talks about, but everyone fears. They call her Resurrection Mary. She's the ghost who hitches rides between a dance hall and a cemetery. And that night I became part of her story. It started innocently. I'd taken the long route home, past willow-lit woods, past the old ballroom and through the stretch of Archer Avenue. They told me about the legend in passing. A midnight walk, a car crash, white gown, dancing shoes. I dismissed it as folklore until I saw her, dancing into doom. Decades ago, Mary, or the woman we now call Mary, had gone out to the ballroom. She wore a flowing white dress, danced with friends, laughter echoing in the night. But late-night arguments, heartache, a walk alone in the rain, and then the crash. Her car struck something or someone hit her. She died. Her body was found near the cemetery. Her dress torn, her shoes lost. They buried her in Resurrection Cemetery wearing that gown. Over the years, drivers on Archer Avenue or coming from the old O. Henry/Willowbrook ballroom region reported picking up a young woman, blonde hair, white dress, dancing shoes, clutch purse. She accepts the ride. She asks, "Take me home." But as you near the cemetery gates, she disappears. John Paulus, a funeral home worker, described her hands ice cold. My night on Archer Avenue. That night I drove home. The dashboard clock read 12:17 a.m., mist rolled in off the road. Headlights cut through damp air. I pulled up to a stop sign near the cemetery. That's when I saw her. A figure in the distance, standing by the roadside, white dress shimmering. She looked like she'd stepped out of a photograph. No car behind her, no one around. I slowed the car and rolled down the window. "Need a lift?" I asked. She nodded. She slipped into the back seat quietly. Her perfume was old-fashioned lavender, dust, memory. She said softly, "Please take me home." I asked where. She gave an address near a house I knew. I started the car and turned onto Archer. The fog thickened. The gates of Resurrection Cemetery loomed ahead. Vanishing at the gate, I watched her face in the rearview mirror. Her eyes were sad, distant. The engine hummed. As we passed the wrought iron gate of the cemetery, she pointed silently and said, "Here." I glanced to the side bush shadows. I looked back. The seat was empty. No purse, no dress, no sign, just mist swirling. My throat dry, I sat frozen. I opened the door, nothing. No footprints, no tire skid, no sign that anyone had gotten out. I closed the door. I restarted the engine and drove off. For the next miles I glanced in the rearview. She wasn't there, but I felt her presence. I still feel her presence. The hauntings and proof researchers documented dozens of sightings since the 1930s. In 1979, a taxi driver picked up a young woman in white, asked her destination, and by the time he reached it, she'd vanished. Local ghost tours include Mary among Chicago's most enduring legends, eerie details. 2 wrought iron bars at the cemetery gate bent outward as if someone forced them. Some say Mary's handprints burned in the metal. Officials claim truck damage, but locals whisper otherwise. Facing the fear, since that night I've driven that road again. I've slowed at the gate.
Eva watched closely.
I felt the breeze when no wind blew. I've smelled the perfume when none was sprayed. I've asked, why does she still hitch rides? Maybe she's lost. Maybe she's waiting for the driver who took her home. Or maybe she's replaying the last night she lived. Music from the ballroom, laughter fading, headlights near the crash. I've dreamt the phrase, "Take me home." I've asked myself, what if I never stopped? What if I kept driving? Would she have stayed? Or just vanished in the tunnel of time? The final ride. One evening I drove the car down Archer Avenue again. Cabin light off. The road empty. At the cemetery gate I spotted her. Distant. She flagged me. I hesitated. My heart pounded. I parked. I locked the doors. She stood at the gate and waved me off silently. I watched as she walked through the gate. The iron bars looked normal. The mist around them cleared. Then she turned and looked at me, her eyes hollow. She whispered, "Thank you." The car engine died. I sat. I didn't move for 10 minutes. Then I drove home slowly, the road longer than it seemed. What it means. That night changed me. I learned fear isn't only what you see, it's what you don't. It's the unanswered question, the seat that's empty, the dance that ended. Mary's story is more than legend. It's a mirror, how we carry sorrow, how we stay when we should let go. If you ever drive alone past dark roads, past cemetery gates, past dancing echoes, take notice, because some souls still ride shotgun. Some stories don't end when the car stops. Share your thoughts in the comments. Have you ever given a ride to someone you later realized you should have left behind? Subscribe for more real-life, emotional storytime videos every daily.